Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Biker Caliente, and I'm here in the Caliente garage next to my Honda Goldwing DCT model. And in this video, I just wanted to give you guys an update on what was going on with my Honda Goldwing, with the status. Also, I have an announcement to make here in this video, so stay tuned to the very end, and we're gonna dive into my Honda Goldwing. So let's get started. Goldwing Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who is fearless. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause in a world of reckless automobiles. These are my motovlogs. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, I'm your host, Biker Caliente, and I'm here in the Caliente garage, and this is my 2021 Honda Goldwing DCT model, and I'm making this video just to give you guys an update on what's been going on with my Honda Goldwing. I haven't put out a video on my Honda Goldwing in probably over a week now, and I just wanted to give you guys an update. To do a recap, here recently, I had a situation with my Honda Goldwing. As you guys know, Honda released the primary drive gearbolt recall, and that came out after the first of the year here in 2025. And so I decided to take the opportunity to take my Honda Goldwing into the dealership to have the recall perform, and I wanted the dealership to locate this antifreeze leak that I was having with my Honda Goldwing. To make a long story short, the dealership performed the recall on my Honda Goldwing, replacing the primary drive gearbolt, but they said they needed to remove the gas tank to find the coolant leak that I was having with my Honda Goldwing. So to make a long story short, I told them not to worry about the leak. I'll take my Honda Goldwing back home. And one of the reasons that I did that is because the dealership wanted to charge me $1,500 just to remove the aftermarket wires from the accessories that I put on my Honda Goldwing. And that's not including the cost that it would take to remove the gas tank and locate the leak. Some of you asked from the previous video that I made about my Honda Goldwing warranty, some of you was asking why would I purchase a third-party extended warranty and not just purchase the Honda extended warranty. Well, I'm glad you asked. So at the time I purchased this Honda Goldwing, they offered the extended warranty at the time of purchase. They offered the Honda warranty, and they offered an extended warranty. One was with Honda, another one was with Compress. Now, I was informed at that time when I purchased my Honda Goldwing that Honda would not cover I think it was the GPS or the audio or the dashboard on the extended warranty. However, I was told that the warranty would cover the GPS, the display screen, I think the audio with the aftermarket third-party extended warranty. So the choice was simple. I could purchase the original Honda extended warranty and not have the dash covered, or I could purchase the third-party extended warranty and they would cover, I think it was the dash, if I'm saying it correctly. First thing I did was I removed the seat and I started cutting all of the wires underneath my seat. Now, keep in mind that the wires that I cut was not Honda wires. All of these was aftermarket wires that I installed myself. So keep that in mind. So I was very frustrated that I had to even do this, you know, being that the extended warranty by Compress wouldn't cover a hose clamp. And I figured it was a hose clamp because it was just a small amount of antifreeze, but neither here nor there. I cut all of the wires underneath my seat. I said I'm going to start over because since the dealership saying that it's a problem with those wires under my seat, I wanted to correct that problem so I would never run into that in the future. So I cut all of the wires underneath my seat and I made it possible to remove the fuel tank so I could find the coolant leak. So I cut the wires, removed the fuel tank, located the leak, which it was a loose hose clamp. I talked about that in a previous video. So I decided to go back with my own clamp just to make sure that we have everything nice and tight. And I wanted to clean up the area where the wires actually run underneath the seat. And see, that's the thing about the Honda Goldwing, especially this new style Honda Goldwing. There is absolutely no additional room. Oh my God! I got everything put back together and I ran my wires for my aftermarket lights and also for the plug and play. Now, let me explain that to you. I have 4 types of lights on my bike. I have plug and play, which are Gold Strike. I have karaoke. I have Pathfinders. And I also have universal straight wired lights. So keep that in mind. So on my Gold Strike distribution block, I can run karaoke, Pathfinder, Gold Strike, or I can run universal lights from the Gold Strike distribution block. So to make it simple, because some of you said that after seeing me cut all those wires, that you wouldn't know how to put the wires back. Some of you said that you would have additional parts laying around after you put everything back. Some of you said that if you took the bike apart, you wouldn't even know how to put it back. Some of you said that if you turn on your signals, you'll get brake lights. And if you turn on your brakes, you'll get signal light. So to keep things simple, I have the Gold Strike distribution block. I connected all of my plug and play wires. So I got plug and play on the front right, rear right. I have plug and play on the front left, rear left. So the Gold Strike distribution block is actually divided into 2 sides, right and left. So it works for your right turn signals, left turn signals. So I took all of the Gold Strike, Pathfinder, and karaoke and plugged them into the Gold Strike distribution block. That only leaves the universal lights that are straight wired. And so instead of tying all of those lights into the Gold Strike distribution block, I actually installed my own from the previous install. I installed my own fuse block. And I'm gonna show you how I have this thing set up. I connected everything that was plug and play, Gold Strike, karaoke, and Pathfinder. That only left universal. So basically what I've done, I've taken some trailer wire. You can get this in a 6 wire, you can get this in a 5 wire. It's a heavy duty. You can get it in a 16 gauge, you can get it in an 18 gauge. Okay. I actually installed a 14 gauge. So I ran, while the bike was broke down, I took some trailer wire and ran it all the way to the front, along the frame, all the way into the saddlebag. I did the same thing on the right side of the bike. I ran the wire all the way along the frame into the fuse box. So the way this thing actually works, one is going to be ground, the other is going to be positive. So for my setup, for my ground, I use black. The other 4, white, green, yellow, and red, are 12-volt positives. So on my particular bike, I have aftermarket 12-volt cigarette chargers. I have one on the left side. I have one in the glove box. I have actually 2 on the right side of the bike, one being a cigarette charger and the other one being USB-A and USB Type-C. How I set it up: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are positive, 1 is negative. And so I just ran those to different circuits. So for example, one could be a cigarette charger. The other one could be a charger in the glove box. This one could be all of my LED strips around the bike that are straight wired. This one could be additional lights around the bike. So I set it up based off the colors and what I wanted to connect to each circuit. 1 is ground, the other 4 is 12-volt positive. And I ran everything back to my breaker box, and I'm gonna show you how I got this thing set up. for this example, I'm going to use my circuit tester. It's just a 12-volt circuit tester. So I have 6 circuits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they're all at 5 amps for a total of 30 amps. So I have a main fuse, 30 amps, that run this entire fuse block. If I blow one fuse, which is 5 amps, I'm going to get a LED light. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's the maximum that my fuse block could actually run. And then I have one main 30 amp fuse that will blow if all of the circuits become overloaded, pulling more than 30 amps. That fuse will blow and shut everything down. So I'm going to show you how this actually works. All of these top screws are actually negative. That's a negative on the top. And I also have another screw on the bottom, which is positive. So I'm going to hook up my negative. Pull this out the way so we can see. So just to give you an example, if I touch these circuits, nothing happens because the ignition is off. It only becomes hot when the ignition is on. However, I do have a constant hot over here in the corner, hot all the time. So when I touch it, this will light up. So I'm going to touch it. As you can see, it lights up. So it's hot all of the time. It's hot all the time there, as you can see. But these circuits are not on. Now, when I turn on the bike, this fuse block will become hot. So I'm going to turn on the bike. All of my LED lights are actually on. So as I touch each circuit, this lights up. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, and 1 in the corner. There's 6. As you can see, and these are actually negative. So for example, and I have all of these labeled. So, but for example, if my radar detector blew a fuse and I pull this line, a red light is going to pop on. Just like that. It's going to let me know which circuit is blown. That's a 5 amp fuse, and the same for the rest. If I pull a fuse, red light pops on to let me know which fuse is actually blown. So I have these actually labeled to let me know which accessory runs off of these fuses. Each fuse is 5 amps. So it doesn't matter. So for example, if I have my right cigarette charger pulling too many amps and blow a fuse, red light comes on to let me know which fuse is actually blown. Okay? If I pull more than 30 amps, it'll blow the main fuse. So if I come over here and I take out the main fuse, it's going to shut down the entire block. So as you guys can see, I took out the main fuse. There is no power. Nothing works. Okay, nothing works. If I put back my 30 amp fuse, it's going to turn back on. And now everything is working again. If I pull a fuse, it cuts off the light. If I plug it back in, it turns on the light. So it's basically a fail-safe for each circuit. 5 amps each fuse. So charging like a cell phone only pulled anywhere from 1 to 2 amps. But if it pulled too many amps, it will blow a fuse. If the whole fuse block pulled more than 30 amps, it'll blow that main fuse and it'll shut off the whole fuse block. And that's how that actually works. So I like the way everything is actually set up on the bike. Everything plug and play runs back to the Gold Strike distribution block. which is your Gold Strike lights, your karaoke lights, your Pathfinder lights. And also, it even runs my trailer with the Gold Strike distribution block. So I highly recommend that if you have a Honda Goldwing from your models 2018 through 2025, pick up the Gold Strike distribution block. It'll run all of those plug and play lights. In the event you need to unplug your lights, you can always unplug them. I'm going to shut off the bike, put back on my breaker panel. Make sure everything is tucked in nice and neat. And it's perfect. So turn on the bike. If I want to crank it up for you guys. All my lights. I'll show you that here at the end of the video. There's many of you that watches my video was kind of scratching your head trying to figure out, how was I going to put the bike back together? But it was actually very simple. Just plug and play all of the Gold Strike karaoke and Pathfinder into the Gold Strike distribution block. I wired the trailer to the Gold Strike distribution block, but all of my universal LED lights, I straight wired them into like my LED strips, like my phone chargers, like my cigarette chargers, like my trunk power hub. I wired all of that into my 30 amp fuse block that I made for the Honda Goldwing. This coming Saturday, March the 29th, 2025, I will be at Southern Honda Power Sports. They're having a Goldwing and Glizzy's, which is a demo ride for the 2025 Honda Goldwing. It's going to be Saturday, March the 29th from 11 to 3. It's going to be at Southern Honda Power Sports in East Ridge, Tennessee. I will include the address in the description of the video. The address is 5330 Ringo Road in East Ridge, Tennessee. 5330 Ringo Road at Southern Honda Power Sports. They having a Goldwing and Glizzy demo rides all day Saturday, March the 29th from 11 to 3. I will be there. Also, they're going to be offering a $1,500 discount card on the 2025 Goldwing models. However, you must be present for the discount card. The $1,500 is not a giveaway, but if you're planning on purchasing a 2025 within the next 6 months, you can get $1,500 off the price of a 2025 Honda Goldwing, but you must be in attendance. And it's called the $1,500 discount card at Goldwing and Glizzy. So they're going to be celebrating 50 years of the Honda Goldwing. They're going to be offering test rides. Cruise Man is going to be there. Of course, they got me there. Gold Rider 1 from YouTube is going to be there. They're going to have some sweet treats, some donuts and things like that. They're going to be featuring Ultimate Seats, Gold Strike, Traction Dynamics, WPS, Parts Unlimited, Alpine Stars. So this is going to be a pretty nice size event they're going to be having at Southern Honda Power Sports at the end of the month on March the 29th. And I will be there. You can meet me at the Godfather's Lounge right there at Southern Honda Power Sports. Mr. Charlie Brown, the godfather of the Honda Goldwing, I'll be there at his lounge in attendance at Southern Honda Power Sports. So if you guys are not doing anything, be sure to come on down and meet your boy Caliente at the Godfather's Lounge at Southern Honda Power Sports there in East Ridge, Tennessee on Saturday, March the 29th. This is going to conclude my video, and I hope this video have inspired many of you that you can do your own work. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, feel free to put it down in the comment section below. If you like the video, give the video a thumbs up. If you would like to support the Caliente YouTube channel, click the thanks button. Your contributions really help the channel out. And I'll see you a little bit later out here in the Caliente Garage.